students, myself Suresh VS. Welcome back to my channel. So let us continue the lesson from the diary of Annie Frank by Annie Frank. In the last class we discussed that Annie had named her diary Kitty and she started treating her diary as a close friend of her or very intimate friend of her. Okay? She does not want to write like all other people who used to write the diary. They used to write only the facts or consider or write in a formal way. But she wants to write the diary in an informal way and considers it as her intimate friend. Now take page number 51. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were to plunge means jump, right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. What does she say here? She says that if somebody reads her diary later, they won't believe it. If she plunge, that means if she jump or if she goes straight into the point, avoiding giving some facts about her life or giving some background about her life, the people may not believe it. So since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, okay, Kitty is the diary of Annie. So she says that the stories that is written in the diary later on, if somebody reads it, they won't believe it if she goes without giving detailed about her background. If I were to plunge right in, that means if she jumps or dive quickly, okay, avoiding the facts about her or giving a sketch of her life, a brief sketch of her life. Much as I dislike doing so, at the same time she says that she dislikes to give the details about her life. She does not like it. Even then, she wants to give a brief sketch about her life or the background of her life, then only the people will understand it clearly what she has written in the diary. My father, the most adorable father. So she starts here to give a brief detail about her family, about her life. She says that her father was most adorable person or adorable father or lovable father. She loves her father very much and says that according to her, he was the most lovable father in the world that she had ever seen. He didn't marry my mother until he was 36. That means he married, yes, her mother at the age of 36 and she was 25 years old then. That means father's age was 36 and mother's age was 25 when they got married. My sister Margot and her elder sister Margot, she was born in Frankfurt in Germany. Okay, she was born in Frankfurt in Germany in which year? 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929, 3 years after. So Annie, already we have seen that. She was born on, yes, 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. You see that after the birth until she became 4, she lived there only in Frankfurt. My father emigrated to Holland in 1933. So in 1933, her father left for Holland, emigrated. Emigrated here means moved or migrated. Here means moved or shifted or left the country Germany and went to, yes, Holland to live there in 1933. My mother Edith Hollander Frank, and the name of her mother, yes, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September. So in the month of September, you see that, yes, mother also went to Holland to live with her father. While Margaret and I were, so these two girls, where were they? Annie and her elder sister. So both of them were, yes, sent to Aachen it's name of a place in Germany, Aachen, to stay with their grandmother. So both of them started to live with their, yes, grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December. So followed by that, you see another person went to Holland. That was Margaret. She went to there in December. And you see that in February, Annie also went to Holland. Okay, so all of them started living together. And you see that when I was plunked down means put down, on the table as a birthday present for Margaret. So she was kept as a birthday present, put down as a birthday present for Margaret. Okay, so and you see that the whole family members started living in Holland. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. You see that in Holland she was joined in Montessori Nursery School. That means she started her education there in Holland. Okay, in Montessori Nursery School. There she started studying in nursery. I stayed there until I was 6. You see that she stayed there in that school until she was 6. At which time you see that she started in the first form. She started studying in the first form. Okay, at the age of 6 she was studying there in 6th standard. First standard. In the 6th form, my teacher was Mrs. Cooperus. While she was studying in 6th standard, her teacher's name was Mrs. Cooperus. And you see that she was the headmistress of the school. Okay, Mrs. Cooperus, the headmistress, was her class teacher also. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. So you see that at the end of the year, both of them were crying. Why? Because they loved each other. Mrs. Korup, loved Annie very much, as well as Annie loved, her class teacher, as well as headmistress very much. So at the time of farewell, you see that both of them were, crying. It was a heartbreaking, thing for both of them, even for both of them. In the summer of 1941, Grandpa fell ill. Remember, in the summer of 1941, her grandmother fell ill and had to have an operation. And she had undergone an operation. Okay, she became sick and an operation was done. So my birthday passed with a little celebration. That was the reason. Remember, why didn't her that year's birthday celebrated? Why didn't her birthday was not celebrated? Because her grandmother fell ill and she had undergone an operation. Grandma died in January 1942, and followed by that you see that her grandmother died in 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. She writes, no one knows, nobody knows how much I love her. I really miss her. I miss her very much, and nobody knows how much I love her, as well as every day I remember her. How often I think, that means many times I think of her and still I love her. That means she had such an intimacy with her grandmother. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other. Intended, that means willed or planned. To make up means compensate. And in the next birthday you see that previous year's birthday was not celebrated. So this year's birthday, that was to compensate. Okay, the previous year's birthday which was not celebrated. So they decided to celebrate this birthday well, and it was celebrated in 1942. Okay, and the grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. So you see that at the time of birthdays, the candles will be lit, and along with the other candles, you see that in the memory of grandma, a candle was lit. The four of us are still doing well. You see that four of us, her mother, father, as well as her sister, including these four members, that was their family. They were doing well, living very happily there. And you see that in that birthday, she got this diary. She was gifted this diary by her father. And that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942. She says that and that happiness that brings to this date, 20th June 1942. So on this date, she writes this diary and the solemn dedication of my diary. And she says that it is her sincere dedication or commitment to her diary. So she very sincerely she commits or dedicates for this diary. Now you see that the date is Saturday, 20th June 1942. Yes, how does she address the diary? You see that, dearest Kitty, dearest friend. Such a way she addresses her diary. Our entire class is squawking in its boots. The whole class where you see that shaking with fear and nervous, that is the meaning of squawking in its boots. Squawking in its boots means shaking with the fear and nervousness. And the entire class was really frightened. All were in great fear, and you see that they were shaking with nervous, fear and nervousness. What is the reason for this fear and nervousness of the children? The reason, of course, what is the reason? X. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. It is the reason. A meeting of the teachers is going to be held. In that meeting, the teachers will decide who must be passed and who must be failed. So all the students were very nervous and they were really afraid, or they were frightened. And who will move up? Move up means pass. To the next form, here means form means class, to the next class. And who will be kept back? That means kept back means failed. Okay, so it means that it was unpredictable what the teachers were going to do. They could not predict. Usually the teachers, they sit together and they decide whom should be passed and whom should be failed. Half the class is making bets. Half of the students in the class were making bets about it. How? Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. Gian and friend of Annie, both of them, laugh silently. Why? Because two boys sitting behind of them, silly boys sitting behind of them, they were making a bet. And what was their name? CN and Jackass. Okay, two boys behind them, CN and Jackass, who have stocked their entire holiday savings on their bet. Who have stocked, that means put the risk of keeping all their savings, holiday savings on this bet. Okay, they have kept all their holiday savings for this bet. They were taking great risk for that. From morning to night, it is you are going to pass. And one used to tell another one, hey, you are going to pass, the whole time sitting in the class. Here, night means the whole time. Sitting in the class, they were repeating these words. One used to tell to another one, you are going to pass. Then another one used to say, no, I am not, you are going to pass. In this way. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's pleading glances. You see that G, her friend, was really, very polite to them, and with a pleading glance, means a requesting glance, and with a requesting look, and she asked them to keep quiet. And my angry outburst means bursting out, scolding. But in the case of Annie, what did she do? She scolded them, hey, you keep quiet, don't disturb the class, such a way. So even her scolding or the requesting look of G could not make them calm or could not make them quiet in the class. They were going on talking and can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. She says that if you ask me, I will tell you that there were so many dummies, dummies means fools, in the class, and quarter, almost 1/4 of the class must be failed. Okay, put them back in the class. They should not be promoted to another class, according to Annie. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So, but according to her, who will decide? We cannot say anything. It's unpredictable what the teachers are going to do, what decision they are going to take. According to her, teachers are most unpredictable creatures in the world. Okay, dear students, I hope you will understood up to here. We will see the last part in the next video. Thank you for watching it. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.